right, so we're going live. We have lights, we have camera, and make sure we have action. I sort of have to sneeze a little bit. Let me, hopefully that'll come out so I can get it out. I also want to share this live broadcast real quick. Takes a few seconds. Let me put that in my live. And this is going to be about your spiritual awakening, the Starseeds, the Guardians who are coming in, and a lot of you are finding that within yourself. We're finding that together, you guys. So let me put this, I just want to complete it. I was having some issues. Okay, we're looks like we're all set. We're live, we're public, and we can start this transmission. And I thank you guys for joining me on this live. I miss you. I get a lot of your friendly, positive, and you know, sweet comments. I'm grateful for you guys. We miss each other, yes? Is that gonna fall over? We're good, we're good. And I want to put light incense because that always helps, especially right away, you know. Let's do this. Let's do this. I fasted today. I haven't eaten anything, except I always drink tea. I don't consider that eating. So let's go ahead and purify this space. When you work with spirit, consciousness, a deep inner consciousness, you want to cleanse and purify your space. And as a priest craft, you know, you're a priest, light worker, star seed, indigo children, you are mindful of these principles and concepts. You're aware of your energies, your thoughts, your actions. It becomes a discipline, a practice. It takes practice. It doesn't happen overnight. Wachiwa. There's a big chunk right there. And there's a shift happening. Do you feel it? Wachiwa. And we can't say all humans are going through this, you would say, evolution, spiritual evolution, because some choose not to. But those who are learning, studying, practicing these concepts and teachings, well, you're the one that made the choice to go through this awakening together. The planet. It's about the planet and the awakening consciousness. Machiwa. Makaya. We feel the change happening inside of us. You feel it. It's a resonance. Excuse me. It's an energy. Undeniable. Growing. Developing. It's undeniable. It's tangible. God, the soul, your spirit indwelling inside of you is tangible. It can be taught through this spiritual science of the inner Christos, the inner Christ, because God's not outside yourself, holy ones. And you find that within your own spiritual journey, your own awakening that's happening on earth right now, 2023 and beyond. It's not an instant thing. It's not a global thing. It's something that happens over time, individually, personally. There's not a worldwide ascension or rapture. Okay, this is an individual process. That other concept is a distortion, intentional distortion. Okay, we go through awakening, ascension, through your own inner Christ, your own inner Christos. We develop and change the DNA, bioregenerate your DNA, consciousness, spirit. You transmute, you heal, you fix that part of you that may be distorted. Most likely is distorted when we first come in here. Our DNA, our ideas, our beliefs, distorted. We embrace all teachings, holy ones. We are following something called the innerchristos law of one. That is part of our heart, our mind, our understanding, that all are God, all are equal. This is unity consciousness, a positive thing. And we embrace all religions and beliefs. We're not, what you say is, we find that which is those positive teachings inside all religions, have them. All religions, you're going to find some blessedness, some peace that is truth. And the rest that isn't, well, you let go. Let that bounces off of you. Okay? And we find these things that help to transform and improve and empower, not disempower. And so that's the journey that we're on here on Earth. And I'm so grateful for you guys to be here with me as we talk about this topic of spiritual awakening and ascension. And we make a distinction because there's two different kinds of ascension where you will go through the natural, it's not natural, death process. Or you go through something called transfigurative, where you go through an ascension where you go through a metamorphosis of your literal body. Your body will completely transform. And so we're going to be talking about it in detail, and I welcome you. You guys are brave who are going through changes. Not everyone is ready or desires change. And so you are brave because we are sort of kind of like going against the grain of society. Because the society, the mainstream, says that, they don't connect to this truth. Okay? And so let me say hello to everyone in chat. Because this is family. You are family, holy ones. As I sip on my, this is dandelion tea, and there's another tea. I forgot the name of the herb it's herbs that heal you. And you're going to find that in your spiritual journey, regularly, daily, you'll be using herbs. You don't have to if you don't want to. Machiwa. You know, there's positive things you can put into your body that's not in there now. Again, there's things you can put into your body that will help your spiritual journey. Machiwa. I feel good. I feel alive. That is the aliveness inside yourself, not outside. It's an inner understanding and knowing, an inner brilliance, an inner light. Machiwa. We got that nigga Shy. I have this monitor. Let me move the monitor just so I don't have to move my camera because the camera's right where I want it. I'm so happy to see you guys. So grateful you're here with me. Yes. Yeah, that helped. Transmission of spirit. You said it, Holy One. Ancient University or Universal Divinity in the house. Wonderful to see you again. And wonderful to see you here sharing space with us. And that's what we're doing. We're literally bringing this energy into a group, right? You're part of this group energy tonight. And that group energy is now together. No matter what time space you're in on Earth right now, if you're in a different time zone. So, it's funny how that works, right? It's simultaneous time. We have Fallen Faye 001. Welcome, Holy One. Thank you for sharing your code. We have It's That Time. You said it. Freedom Educator. Good evening, beautiful soul family. A lot of positive speech, energy, code. That's our community. That's what we want for ourselves and our children. Daphne, welcome. Everything's okay, right? You can hear me and stuff? Seraph Vega, greetings everyone. Wait, did I put this on? Yeah, I did. Okay. Sometimes I have problems. 1 second. And that's okay. The star seeds and earth seeds. We have star seeds and earth seeds, yes. Earth seeds are the ones who are seeded on Earth. Star seeds are bringing their star seed DNA from other worlds, other dimensions. And so, but they come to Earth to help the Earth seed DNA evolve. And it's the Earth Seeds project, what we call the Guardian project. We're guardians coming to Earth to help not just the consciousness, but literally the DNA. That's hence the word seed. Seed is reference to the body, which is reference to DNA. Sorry, my nose is itching me, and I'd rather scratch it off camera. Time for all negative time. Courts in the house. Time for all negative timelines to end Ascension. To end. Ascension, love, and peace timeline has already won, and it's making its way down the timelines. Now, I would have to disagree a little bit with that, because there's still a negative timeline. It didn't just vaporize. It didn't go away anywhere. There is a part of Earth that is not ascending. You see? There is a group of consciousness leaving, growing, expanding their morphogenetic field. There's others who are falling. All the fallen vampirism of, those who choose, didn't ascend, are not ascending with their own free will. Okay, just realize there's more than one timeline. They didn't just get cleaned and washed away. Like I said, it's not a global thing, it's a personal thing. And those who choose light and these innerchristos law of one concepts per point of view and develop their DNA, literally develop their Merkaba field, who are understanding and training themselves to do this bioregenesis of their DNA, well, they're the ones going into another timeline. Not everyone is going into the other timeline. The other timelines did not disappear. The other timelines are still there. Machiwa. We wish, we would love if everyone was going, expanding, ascending. That's a distortion in the New Age movement. Not everyone is going based on your own expansion or not, because that's the choice down here. You have free will choice to choose to fall or ascend, and we're all making that choice individually. So, Machiwa, have discernment, you guys. Have discernment, because look on Earth. Does it look like everyone's ascending? Does it look like everyone's enlightened? No. Unfortunately, that's the whole drama. That's why Guardians return to Earth. They don't have to. We come to Earth in all ascension periods so we can help the consciousness, those who choose with their free will. It's not a dogma. You don't have to do anything. But those who choose and hear out these Guardian teachings and make a choice. You decide. Are you going to keep following churches and rabbis and synagogues and the old holy books, and that's not going to get you through ascension? Okay, and if you have discernment, you'll know. Do a quick search. How many people are following these religions? How many religions are in the world? Okay, so have discernment and know that there's two timelines. That the other timelines didn't go anywhere, didn't get healed. It's their own choice, their own free will. If you're gonna make everyone say, "Oh, you're now suddenly figure it into a new body," that's against their free will. They choose with their free will not to. The fallen angels choose with their free will not to go into this timeline. Okay, so this information, though, is for those who choose. I choose Machiwa, ascension, not and evolution, not unconscious oblivion, not de-evolution, because that's what falling is, you guys. The choice of chaos is the path of self-destruction. And hello, transmute, no thank you, and Makaya. Keep Star in the house. Leslie Powers, much love. Shanda says, I feel and see it. I've noticed simply changes. Machiwa, yes, sister. Bro, I can't stop feeling it. I want to break up. I want to break. I'm addicted. I'm not sure I get in your entire message, but it looks like you're... I can't stop feeling what? Can you please be more specific? Aneen, all my beloved soul family tribe, pray all is well. And we don't call it exactly prayer, but it is consciousness, it is energy, it is intention. And it's not worship to some other being, but pray, yes. Pray, speak, put your conscious thoughts and intentions out into the world, put your healing into the world. That's what we're doing. Okay, so just like some of the concepts of angels and demons and God is twisted down here, well, so is prayer. We have to be more specific what prayer is according, to someone following these priests from ancient Atlantis, Lemuria, Egypt. It is a conscious thing. It's a telecommunication. It's a what you call even telepathy. Not specifically prayer from religion. So just wanted to clarify that. We have Rainbow Warrior, beloved brother, Migwich. I don't know what that means. Thank you for being here. Celine in the house. Thank you for being here, sister. My sisters and brothers of light. Jill Hunt. Thank you, Tavian, for your service. Love and light. All my brothers and sisters. Much love to you, Jill. Thank you for being here. Theater Daniel, 90% truth and 10% lies leads you to a ditch at the end of the road. Machiwa, thank you for speaking your truth. D Lady Die, much respect. History's mysteries unveiled in the house. Sarah Holder. And you guys, this community, this is your community. This is our community. And send out your blessings, send out your healing tips, excuse me, and transmute any trolls that come in the house. Sometimes our moderators can't be here, they're humans, we're all busy, and so if they're not here, please, you guys are here. The shield is here. Guardians are here, we're not alone. You're never alone. Much respect to you who are transmuting shadow in the world, and in this community, and in your own personal life. My nose. Thank you for your patience with me. I just want to say thank you for your patience. Those of you who do have patience with me, thank you, because there's those who don't. Okay, because I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. We are up there, but realize we're expanding our morphogenetic field. It's a spiritual science. I will get better. We are getting better. We are getting, more improved, more perfect, you could say. And those who don't believe in perfection, well, hello, I'm sorry to tell you, not sorry, there is perfection up there. You will find it in our, it's called the divine blueprint. Our DNA is distorted, limited down here. But up there, it's always, no matter how much we F up down here, we're always going to have our divine blueprint. God is perfect. God is without distortion. Down here, there's distortion. We're still part of God, but it's in a hologram field that has this distortion because there's introduction of free will. Free will. Okay, with free will, we have distortion. And so we all need healing. We're not perfect down here, but we are adepts becoming masters. Hello. And we know that we are masters. And it's not an ego thing. It's when you realize it in your higher evolution, which we connect to our higher consciousness. But down here you can't have perfection. Literally, when there's distortion in the planetary fields, that doesn't go away. You come in as a guardian and you experience it. the distortion. You're inside of a warped electromagnetic field. It's something that affects your body and your consciousness. So we can't be perfect, but we're enlightening ourselves to our higher perfection, which does exist. We do have a perfect body. We do have a perfect consciousness. And that's what we do. We're bringing that in as much as we can. That's what ascension is. That's what morphogenetic expansion is. Because you're bringing more. You're falling in your consciousness, or you choose, maybe not consciously, to go less and less and less. That's what's happened to the humans on Earth. We became distorted, and we lost our higher evolved DNA and our higher evolved consciousness. It doesn't mean you're damned. It doesn't mean humans are damned. Okay? It means that we have the potential to heal. That's what Guardians bring. That's what these teachings, innerchristos, Law of One, also called Emerald Covenant, also called Tantra Ahura. There's different names. I personally resonate with innerchristos, and I speak from that. And this is the coming from Speaker 1, originally Speaker 1, Iyasha Ashana, our teacher. And you guys can go out there. I actually recommend that you learn these teachings. And if you want to know where to start, you could start with Cathara. You can learn some of the basic stuff about the history, the timelines, who the angelic humans are, what is Tara, Gaia, Armentana. But at the end of the day, this is about ascension and changing and healing. You want to learn Cathara. You want to learn Kelantic science. You want to learn Slider's ascension, which is ascension without death. You learn the reality of the Merkaba field, the vehicle of light. Okay, it's your consciousness. Nothing ever dies, you guys. But when your body is, transmutes, what people would call death, that's not who. First of all, that's a piece of who you are. That is not your identity. Your true identity is the spirit that went through the fetal integration process. It is the soul level of yourself, the higher part of yourself, that went through a whole process to get here, to get into the body of the fetus that your mother and father created with their DNA. A fetus, that is the embryo stage. And so that's when the spirit went in there. Your spirit, your true identity. Okay? But most humans are identifying with this. And they're not getting the truth of what their true identity is from religion or science. Science doesn't even believe in a soul. Okay? So the innerchristos, here come the innerchristos teachings. Here come the guardians reminding us it's the higher evolution, higher consciousness reminding us of what we really are. And that there's actually a distortion in what we've been told. Intentional distortion of your history and timelines. It's actually cleaned up. The truth is washed away and changed and edited out. So you don't remember as a star being, star seed coming in, you bump on your head, you don't remember. Because they wiped all the memory out, all the records out. They changed the records, they changed your holy belief systems and holy books and these texts have been changed over thousands of years. It didn't happen overnight. And a matter of fact, you learn through these teachings that the flood was actually not just one flood, it was 3 major floods, which is related to ancient Egypt and Atlantis, that were used to clean up proof, to wash away, destroy proof of our true angelic human heritage. Are we angelic down here? Of course not. That is a reference. When Ashiana or someone like me mentions the word angelic human, that is a reference to your higher evolved self, which we will become, which we're becoming again. And so that's what these inner teachings bring you. Enlightenment of your true identity, of your true self. And it's a spiritual science. It's actually exciting to learn Cathara, Kelantic science, and sliders, and Tantra Ahura. You learn about the plasma body. You learn about your what is the crystal body. You learn about all these parts of your anatomy that you're not getting from the other teachings that are the false creeds. They're false creeds teaching you distortions. And so we offer, not as dogma, we offer this knowledge. And you guys, I'm not just making anything up. I just told you there's a vast, huge volume of knowledge, a lifetime of it. You can find it for free. You can go to Ashiana's website and pay for it if you want to. She offers it for sale, but you can go find teachings for free to get yourself prepared for spiritual ascension, homie. It's a real thing happening. And remember, it's not a global event like you teach in New Age. Like the religion teaches rapture. It's BS. It's not something where a whole giant group happens at once. It's something that happens individually. It can happen anytime. You can ascend anytime, not some specific time. Now, Ashiana does talk about the whole thing of the process of that's happening in this ascension regarding the planet. It's explained in technical terms, spiritual and technical terms, scientific terms. So there is a literal thing that the Earth goes through, a cycle. So there is an end of the cycle, but that is not indicative of ascension. Like I said, ascension happens anytime you prepare your body for Stargate travel. That's how ascension works, through Stargates, which is what? Earth's chakra. Stargate equals planet Earth's chakra, which is a gateway, a door to another dimension of reality. And you're not going to learn about dimensions in science, like a multi-dimensional reality field. You're not going to learn it from religion. This is something that the Guardians remind us who you're part of. When I mention Guardians, that means the higher evolved races, the angelic Guardian nations, Guardian angelic nations. You can call them the Guardian Alliance. These are beings that will cooperate. They're egalitarian, not dogma. They're peaceful, co-creation, co-loving. We're a group of positive beings, bringing the teachings of what really is the spirit, what is the soul, what is ascension, and what is the drama here on Earth preventing most humans from ascending, most humans from awakening. Okay? There's something called Sleepers Anonymous, you could call it. Okay? A sleeper is someone, asleep, who's being led and controlled by dogma, by rules and commandments. Someone who's blindly following. This is what a sleeper is. Okay? The antidote to sleeping is awakening. Not following these elites, these hierarchies, these synagogues, these churches of authority. No, you are following your own inner spirit, which is divine, which is God within you. You're not going to find God outside yourself, holy ones. You find God inside. All humans, all life, everywhere. God's omnipresence. And these teachings teach us the omnipresence of God within all. So that is the concept of Law of One, holy ones. Thank you for being here. I love you. I missed you. I do 2 lives a week. Tuesday, right now it's the schedule. It's set to Tuesdays and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And bless you for your courage. Bless you for your strength. It's not easy to do this, you guys, and it doesn't happen overnight. A lot of people want a quick fix, a quick ascension. This is complex, and humans are distorted. We're distorted. So we have to fix things and learn these things and awaken to these things within yourself. I love you. Much respect to you. Machiwa. Nathan Hall, greetings to you, brother. Yes, Celine, thank you for sharing. Anybody can do that and look up and find that. It's not hard. You don't have to ask me or Indigo or Starman. you can do it yourself. Is it not? Is it not hard? Hello Google. Hello Alexa. Hello Siri. It's not hard to find Voyagers 1 sleeping abductees, or just put Ashiana. And by the way, I have people asking. It's spelled A-S-H Ash Ashayana. 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 Okay? So you type Ashiana Voyagers 1 or Voyagers 2, or just put Voyagers. Ashiana Voyagers archive.org will help you too. If you put archive.org, voila. If you go to that page, when you find it in Google, it will give you a link to download it. You don't just you guys, did you know that? You don't just read it online. You could download it to your device and study it in your own free time. My nose again. Now, and that's the beginners. Voyagers is truly elementary beginner stuff. You want to learn the mechanics, you go straight to Cathara. Some will say go to Terahertz if you want to. I'm just teaching that, hey, there's much benefit if you learn the basics of Cathara, and there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And by the way, I'm going to be teaching that in my own way here on this channel. I mean in my own way, so it's not copyright, because we know that sometimes some of the information is there's a copyright strike. So, and I respect her copyrights, and we're going to talk about Cathara still. We're still going to talk about Ascension here, okay? So far, so good. I don't have any issues from Ashiana, so we're cool. But I know that other people's channels will get taken down. And when you guys have no respect for copyrights, don't care about copyrights, well, hello, that's a distortion within yourself. If the Guardian Speaker 1, it wants to, you know, she's coming from a space from the Guardian Alliance, I respect and I revere. And so, but we're still learning this information. We're still talking about it and still sharing it. I am here sharing this. I'm not speaker. I'm simply unofficial Starseed brother. What's up, homies? And you guys study and you learn, and this is serious. We're in awakening. This is something to do with the planet Stargates. I talk about the Stargates and the location of the Stargates. And it's not important exactly where they're located. I get people asking me, where's the exact, you know, they want those numbers, those degrees of the exact location. You guys know those people are coming from a 3D space, right? Understand, just show up in a Sedona and check. It's not actually Sedona. It's actually north of Sedona, between Sedona and Flagstaff, the Painted Desert. And so, but Sedona is connected because of its vortices. And you can learn about the vortices, man. It's not a joke. This is real mechanics of Earth. Ley lines are real. Scientists will not acknowledge the ley lines. They will not acknowledge the coincidence of all these sacred sites along the ley lines. Okay? The energy in Sedona, the energy in Machu Picchu, the energy, these energies are real. You can use tools that measure them besides your own inner tools. Okay? And it's beautiful, actually. This is all coming during this time period because we need this information. This is the information that is helping us empower ourselves, have control over our own DNA. You literally can have access to that potential, okay? Because you guys, all the New Agers talking about new ascension without some science behind it, what's up? That's a distortion. There's literal things you must do. You have to do changes in your DNA. And that's what the innerchristos law of one teachings are. It's literal DNA regenesis. And that's so we can do this necessary transformation in one lifetime. You don't want to rely on your other lifetimes, you guys. We're doing it in this lifetime, in this timeline of ascension, of what's called stellar activation. That's a technical word for Stargate activation. Opening. The Stargates have opened. Closed, opened. Okay? The Stargates did open. That's what was called the stellar activation. Now they're starting to close. Starting with number 7 closed already in 2022, January last year. Now there's still 6 gates opened. And they're gradual, they're progressive. It's not like a second. This is happening over time. And I believe it's like 2040. Wait, let me check. I want to be accurate. Remember, it's science. We know when Earth begins and ends her cycles. We know when these gates close. Okay, I didn't get a result. I gotta put, not Sedona, I gotta put Painted Desert. Painted Desert. Because remember, it's not actually Sedona, it's actually the Painted Desert. Okay, the Sedona gate, Painted Desert gate, Stargate 1, SG1, is the last gate to close out of all of these gates. Remember, progressively. And Stargate 1, which affects our ascension, which affects how easy it is to ascend, how easy it is to awaken. When these are all closed, it's not so easy. So we got the Painted Desert will be 2047. Jerusalem gate will close in 2042. That's a period of time. It's not exactly a certain month, but it will say fully closing between, let's say, 2038 to 2042 is Jerusalem. The one in the Himalayan mountains, Tibet, right? So that one will be closing in 2030, between 2035 and 2038. The Giza one will close between 2029 and 2035. You see how the higher ones are the ones closing first. Machu Picchu closes between 2025 and 2029. The one in Russia, the Caucasus Mountain area, closes between now and it's closing now. This is the one that's closing next, closing now, between here and 2025. The Andes Mountain one in Peru, I believe Lake Titicaca, because there's 2 Stargates in Peru. One of them, that one is closing, did close. So that was Stargate 7. Now we're working on, now the Earth is going to be closing SG6. So this is not what Ascension is about, but it affects the changes on Earth. It affects the energies on Earth. It affects Ascension collaterally, it's part of this. So, and all of that is interesting to me. I don't know about you guys, but I love to learn Cathara. I love to learn about the Particle phasing. It was hard to understand, but you learn it because it helps you understand your inner microcosm. Because the planet, the universal, and Cathara structure is reflected in the human DNA template structure. Okay, you know that you hear this term Cathara. Well, there's something called the Cathara grid. And it's not just humans that have it. Everything in existence has a Cathara grid. And so a planet has a Cathara grid, which connects to every human's Cathara. Your Cathara connects to the planet's Cathara, which connects to the universal Cathara, or the star, solar system Cathara, and then the galactic Cathara, the universal Cathara, the cosmic Cathara. We're all connected. And realize it's all the one. Okay? The innerchristos teachings teach you we're all one. The law of one reminds us we're all one. That's a universal thing. It's not limited to Earth. It includes Earth, but it includes everything. All planets and people and beings and universes and galaxies. All of this is literally connected. And through these teachings, you'll see how. Thank you for being here and sharing this inspiration and enlightenment together. You guys are, your DNA, your consciousness is literally part of this. We are part of each other. What's up, spiritual G's, homies? I love you, guardians, indigo children, Holy Grail. We're the Holy Grail lines. We're the priest kings, the Magi kings, from ancient Atlantis, we were incarnated in those periods and many periods. And when you learn that time isn't really real, it's all happening simultaneously. And when you go through a Stargate, you're simply displacing to another frequency. That's all it is. Timelines are just different frequencies. So you go from this frequency to a faster frequency, which is another evolved world. People. Spirit. Consciousness. So just keep changing your vibe, honey. Keep having higher vibes. Keep evolving higher and higher until you get more and more of your consciousness, more and more of that memory of God. You're always God, but the more that you bring in, the more you remember that. The more you realize and see and experience. So while we're fumbling down here in Earth, well, there's parts of you that are soaring, flying, levitating, magical levels, you could say, of yourself. Extremely pure and blessed and divine parts that get it, that know it, that are doing it. We're trying to figure it out. A lot of us are still sleeping, but we're awakening. During the stellar Stargate opening, now closing cycle. Much respect to you guys. Machiwa! Enlightened ones. I just want to say, you guys, this channel is going to be going through changes. I already mentioned some of that last live, but I mean positive, good changes where all of these teachings are going to be flowing out of my videos now. Because before, I was focusing mostly on the lower understandings, on the lower vibe consciousness on Earth that are stuck in religion and these dark ideas and judgmental and hateful, angry concepts. That needed a lot of attention. I spent a lot of my channel developing that. But now, I want to now go into the advanced stuff. And any beginners finding this channel will be able to find all of the older teachings. You understand? I know a lot of you didn't have patience with me. And so, well, that's your choice. But now we're going to be talking about Ascension and how it's a science, a spiritual science, and how there's techniques that I'm going to be teaching as well. I'm going to be making my own meditations and visualizations and journeys for you. I'm going to be having a green screen as well. So this is going to be bye-bye soon. It will give me more tools to teach. Like I'm here and I'll have a diagram floating next to me and I can point to that diagram and show you. So the green screen is important. And plus the green screen is cool because I will be able to put anything, any type of cool creative background. I could be in a forest. I could be in some yoga studio. I could be in some beautiful place in nature teaching you because of the green screen. So I'm just saying, I'm just, those changes are going to be happening in the next 30 days and beyond. So thank you. That's why I'm telling you now, because I'm thanking you for your patience, because some people didn't have patience. They said, why, what are you talking about religion and all this stuff? Well, it was important. And actually, Ashiana did the same thing. Her older workshops are about to, exposing these false creeds. If you don't believe me, go check. Where do you think I learned from? From those teachings. Okay? It's necessary to become aware of what the F we're in, of what the drama has been, what the fallen angelics have done to this world. And it didn't start here. It started in higher evolved worlds. Okay? This isn't even our war, man. But it became our war. We became involved because we have been attacked. We represent, the angelic human represents something that is blocking their plans. When they're coming from us, these spaces of fear, guilt, shame, dominion, conquering, controlling, manipulating, that's what they're about. That's their game that they brought upon the human race, that they brought upon Earth. So we are still guardians, okay? awakening and learning that. You must learn that. Otherwise, you're just clueless New Age. Because you don't want to learn about negative stuff. You guys, talking about vampires and narcissists and psychopaths and the twisted, dark, fallen angelics does not make you a fallen angel. Does not make you dark. With this whole BS where thought goes, energy goes, it's nonsense. You talk about the dark stuff so you can protect yourself from it. So you know your true heritage was effed up. Your true spirituality was effed up. But you're not talking about it, so now you're not learning what's the false teachings in both these churches all the way back since Atlantis. All the way, I'm talking about not just thousands of years, tens of thousands of years. Man, we got timeline of millions, hundreds of millions of years. Humans are ancient. You're not getting it from science. You're not getting it from these religions. You get something stunted and distorted and twisted. If you resonate with those teachings, it's your free will. Many of us do not resonate. We want to know about the angelic humans and what we endured. That is your birthright to know all of this history and all of these failures. We failed and messed up. We made mistakes, but we're learning through those dramas. Hey, we've been reincarnating through those dramas. Okay, so that's part of our healing, is knowing what did happen to you. Like, for example, let's say someone was raped or someone was damaged in their childhood or something happened. Part of your healing is knowing and understanding that. If you don't go back to that and fix it and heal it, well, you're still broken. You're still lost and confused until that's taken care of. We learn about our past, about what happened to our true religious teachings and true holy books, because there was 12 tribes. There was 12 different teachings, which were part of the complete teaching. There was 12 races, 12 peoples, 12 tribes, not 12 tribes of Israel. You guys, one thing people coming from church, understand that the church teachings are being taken from parts of Nibiru and parts of the true angelic heritage. So you got Nibiru and Earth and mixed together. Half-truths. To fool the human spirit, because it takes a lot to fool a guardian angelic human. It took a lot to make us fall. We didn't happen right away. They had to sneak in, manipulate our priesthood. They started up there in Tara. They had to go to Tara and mess with us. And something called the Templar Solar Initiates got into their ranks, got inside, and started taking over and changing things. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen in the last 2,000 years either. It happened way back then. And along the way, they made more and more changes. They're still making changes to us. Not just to our teachings, but also to our DNA, homie. You get it inoculated, you're getting some injections, you're still being modified. In 2023, and you can expect more modifications coming to you. In the get some free shots in the pharmacies. It's free. Here's a pizza because you got inoculated. Here's some free food, some free gift certificates because you got changed. There's a war against humans. There's a war against our planet. And so these teachings are emancipating us. It is these innerchristos teachings that are the key to our freedom. Because we've been enslaved into spiritual bondage, homies. That is the truth of what has happened to us. So when you want to be new age and light, love and light only, you're clueless. You're not fixing, you're not healing. until you address the molestation, the raping, address the murder, address the sacrifice, address what's in your teachings in those books, in those sacred texts. We're healing, we're awakening because of the stellar activation cycle. Now you know what that means. You know what a Stargate is. You know what spiritual ascension is. And these teachings, and only these teachings on planet Earth, are the ones that are going to teach you how to ascend without dying, homie. You're going to learn about and create your own Merkaba. What do you think a Merkaba is? It's a vehicle for Stargate travel. You can take your body. They did it before. Before this distortion, the angelic humans, we knew how to create these parts of our anatomy. We were using them regularly. You could transmute while you're alive and transmigrate to the higher evolved dimension. Okay, and you're not going to learn about dimensions from science or religion. That there's many reality fields that you evolve through, that you ascend through as a spiritual being. That is your true nature. That is your true identity. You're not the flesh. We're the spirit embodying the flesh. We came through the soul level down to the incarnate level into the fetus and grew into a baby and evolved as a biological vehicle. This is a vehicle for consciousness. This is a vehicle for your true identity. So, you can resonate with these teachings or not. We're going to be attacked. These teachings are always attacked. They were attacked now. There was the Guardians in France hundreds of years ago. They were attacked. They were literally murdered. We talked about Cathara, right? These were the French, Cathari. They were indigo children, homie. They were guardians that were wiped out. Just like we had guardians and indigo children in Jeshua's time. You call him Jesus. The guardians call him Jeshua. Jeshua was an indigo child. The Essenes were indigo children. Okay? We had guardians coming in ancient Egypt. We had guardians coming in Atlantis. Guardians coming in Lemuria. These are all different stages of humanity. Different stages of DNA evolution. This is part of a genetic hybridization of literally growing the strands of DNA in each time period. And each time period is more substrands of the larger strands. That's why we have races. Within a race, you have subraces, developments of the race, developments of the substrands of the full strand. These are principles of this spiritual science. You have to live in dimension 1. You have to live in dimension 2. You have to live in dimension 3 to have strand 1, strand 2, and strand 3. You don't have strand 1 or strand... If you don't go to dimension 1 and live as a subatomic particle, if you don't go to dimension 2 and live as a plant, an animal, and what you call an elemental being, if you don't go through dimension 3 and live as a human, you're not getting your strands. You're not getting your consciousness. And that's the past, the present, but also the future. You're going to do more DNA development as an astral being. Thank you for those hearts, Holy One, and positive emojis and positive vibes. And in the 5th dimension, you're going to be developing your archetype strand in consciousness. In the 6th dimension, you're going to be developing your celestial, angelic body in consciousness. As an indigo, as a starseed now in 3D Earth, well, we can get those now, 4D, 5D, and 6-dimensional parts of ourself, what you call the soul integration. We're bringing in the soul levels of ourself within our spiritual journey, within our spiritual awakening. You guys came to the real deal. These teachings are the real deal. It's not about me, Fabian. It's not about Ashana. It's not about a certain person. This is about all humans. Okay? It's not, in religion, you get only chosen people, only believers. Bullshit. It's for all humans. You're not a guilty, inferior, sinful human. God didn't put those words in the Bible, in the religion. God's words were the teachings that say, think about your divine spark. Think about God. Love God. God put that in there. The other stuff, you let go, bounce it off you, because that is all about humans controlling other humans. You're not part of the Sleepers Anonymous. You're a sleeper once, maybe, but now you're awakened. Yes? We're awakening. I love you, sacred indigo brothers and sisters. I love you, Starseed Holy Ones. We are the ones bringing it. We're bringing the DNA. We're bringing the consciousness that goes with it. We're bringing these teachings. You in your own life, in your own circle, your own personal circle, your own family circle, your own village, city, nation circle, the planet Earth circle, we're all sending out our light. You're beings of light representing the true light and dismissing and transmuting that which is dark, which is shadow, which is what the Guardians call false creed in capital letters. False creed you will find in New Age. You will find false creeds in religion. Antichristic concepts. Because we called it innerchristos. We're called the Christos Guardians. Christos avatars. Well, they're against the Christos. That's why it's called Antichrist, Antichristos, but not from the religion perspective. From a energy universal cosmic perspective. Okay, these teachings are limited to Earth. Remember, it's called the universal law of one, law of unity. We send out into the world unity consciousness, not fear, not guilt and shame. That is phantom, that is darkness, that is falling. Instead of expanding your more field, you're denying it and destroying it, and self-destruction, oblivion. So it's your choice, and people are making this choice, and we are the light, guardians of light, making the changes in life. We will be attacked. We're being attacked. We have been attacked. I just told you, France, Jeshua's time, Atlantis, Egypt, Lemuria, we're going to get attacked. We've been attacked. We're still standing in our light. We're still sending out the inner Christos, inner Christ teachings. We're still teaching and shining about what really is God, what really is an angel, what is a demon, what is a fallen angel. No love, light, and clueless here. We're aware. We're connected. We see. We're testimony. It's not a belief. It's not a faith. There's no sacrifice required. No savior required. That's false. Sorry. Not sorry. We're bringing the light. What's up? You feel it? You feel it? Not yet? Much respect. To whatever your journey is, much respect. Because we're all pieces of God experiencing this creation that we created for ourselves. We wanted to understand what is, or not understand, we wanted to explore. We wanted to explore our own creation and expand and develop. Yes, God knows everything, but we're exploring more and growing more. God is always growing. God's everything and exploring, expanding into more, becoming greater and greater and greater and more energy, more consciousness exploration. And you're part of that. The human race is part of that. We didn't come here to be this lowly, inferior creatures. That's not what our experience is limited to. You're meant to ascend and experience higher evolved worlds. How many of you are old souls and want to ascend? Who's ready to ascend? Who wants to ascend? 99 people in the house. 99, I love that number. What's up? It's on fire. No drugs, no medicine required. You do that by choice, and I do that by choice. In my past 2 lives, I did it, and I still got judged by other spiritual guardians. You shouldn't care what I do, homie! You shouldn't judge me for what I do, vatos! Right? But you still do. You still gotta leave your shit comment of judgment. What are you learning? What are you speaking? What are you writing in social media? Right? We see you. You call posers, fake light. You don't have to care what Davian is doing or smoking or whatever. Hey, are you listening to what's coming out of my mouth? Do you feel, holy ones? You feel this truth or you don't, and you're too busy talking about my hair, my shirt, or what I'm doing. What's up? We know what's up. Yeah, I'm still smiling. I'm still expanding my morphogenetic field. I'm still Akchiwa. What are you doing? Right? What are you doing? I'm gonna smoke if I effing want to. I will take herbs. I'm taking herbs. I'm exercising now, which is cool that I can finally evolve myself into, because for a while, I was homeless. I was in a tent. The last thing I was thinking about was exercise. Well, I'm starting to slowly develop my exercise. Remember, I used to be a bodybuilder. Not a big giant dude, but dude, I was muscular and strong. I could leg press 24 45-pound plates. 24 times 45 pounds. I could leg press that. I was doing, all kinds of, with the Olympic weights, lunges and dead press. What do you call that? See, I can't even remember all that stuff because that was years ago. And, so it's not like I forgot all that stuff. It's in my mind. I know how to do it. But as a hippie, I am a hippie. You don't like it, you don't have to. I call myself a hippie. When I was a little kid, there's pictures of me as a little kid with long hair because my parents were hippies in the 70s. In the early 70s, I was right in it. And I looked like a girl because my parents had my hair long. But, I went through whole periods of my life where I had, short hair. Not this. What is this, right? So just always get a haircut every 2 or 3 weeks. And I always had this dark black hair. And anyways, I don't try to get personal, but I'm saying it's pretty interesting to still see some of you out there still talking smack. When you realize I'm contributing this knowledge, I'm sharing it. What's up? And some of you are so loving, so sweet, and I appreciate all your positive comments because it balances out all of those negative ones, right? If you want to be sober, you be sober. I will do whatever the F I want in my own understanding and realization. Because I'll hear this shit. Where's my glasses, homie? I didn't even do my incense again. Let's put some more incense. Stop telling people what to do and what not to do, you guys. I'm not telling you what to do, okay? Let me correct myself. It's not in your best interest, in your own energies, in your own consciousness, in your own inner Christos to be telling people what they should and should not do. If you don't agree with something I do or not do, don't say anything. Keep it to yourself. What's up? That's the Guardian way. Now, when you start opening your mouth and start speaking what I should do and shouldn't do, guess what? Here's some frankincense. Thank you for those hearts. Who's doing that? Come on. Oh, cool, yeah. You shouldn't be concerned with what I'm doing. Quite frankly, we don't need people to agree. We don't need people to understand. we're resonating with this teachings, and other people aren't. Now it's 111. We went from 99 to 111 people online right now. What's up? The spirit is just throwing those signs out there, homie. It's not me doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm not bringing you 11199 and all that. Something is lining. Something we're aligning with. That's gold Kapal. I have gold Kapal. And this is amber. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Chiwas. When you guys say some shit about me, a lot of those comments, I just freaking delete and block your ass. I transmute that. I clean that up. You're not allowed in my fields. You can be out here, outside my fields. When you want to start encroaching on my fields, that's where we transmute and block and mute and all that shit. You don't want those energies around yourself. I don't want those energies in myself or around my children and your children. You learn how to protect and heal. You're a guardian. You're a priest. From ancient days and different periods of time, we learn how to deal with this consciousness. You do something with it. You're not idle. You're not a sheep. You're not violent either. You don't trigger either. We simply learn how to transmute and heal, and that's what this is part of. Cleansing and protecting your space, keeping the trolls out, keeping the the criminals out, keeping the low vibe out. Hey, we will have a peaceful dialogue with you, but we don't condone what the darkness does. And we can consciously keep that stuff out if we want to. We can exclude certain people from our lives, certain conversations, certain relationships. Part of a spiritual awakening is making those changes, by the way. Because when you start to become aware, you're like, damn, I got all this shit in my life. Let's clean it up. You're encouraged to do that. You would want to do that. And if you're financially living with someone you rely on financially, you have to make some changes. Looks like you have more challenges in your changes, but you still need to do some changes. You don't want to stay with a vampire just because you're financially relying on them. And what's up? There were some women who had several kids who would get the F away from some abusive partner or vice versa, right? Male, woman. And much respect to them for to having the strength and the discernment to make that transmute change. That's part of Ascension, Holy Ones. Making better improvements in your body. Using herbs, using what I call an alkaline diet. Introducing things that aren't in there that will help you. Like one of the things that helps me is nootropics. All of these, you can, what you call microdose. I can't use the hashtags, but you know what I mean. That mushroom you put on your salad. That's not in your body, but you put it in your body. There's spiritual energies, which is consciousness. This is consciousness. You co-create with other consciousness. You actually don't need anything at all. That's not the lesson. The lesson is, that's not the message. The message is you can benefit and co-create. Guardians co-create. You don't need the crystal, you don't need the herb, but we co-create with it. There's actually secrets, man, of what you could actually start working with that would boost, accelerate your spiritual awakening. And why not? Why do you want to be driving home Miss Daisy? Well, you want to accelerate, and anything that helps and benefits that process, well, As long as it's not harmful to your body or your mind or your DNA, what's up? That's what I asked to all the haters. What's up? I remember very clearly, I was at this UFO conference in California. That's where I met Emery Smith and some other, there's this Zuni, I got to hang out with this guy, the Zuni, I didn't hang out with him, but I got to see him several times. Indian native who spoke at him. But anyways, I was at this huge convention. It looked like there was several thousands of people, definitely around over 10,000 people. I was just burning my incense peacefully. And I got some person walking up to me saying, "You don't need that." You see, the message is not need. You don't need. It's about co-creating. You co-create with each other. You co-create with other consciousness. The person who told me that didn't understand that this is alive. This is consciousness. This is spirit. And it has its own Cathara grid, like we mentioned earlier. It's part of God, and you co-create it consciously. Why do you think most people into spirituality gravitate to crystals? It's not about needing. Okay? It's about working with, co-creating, and some of these things are healing. The vibration of crystal is beneficial to your crystalline energy structure called the crystal body. The technical word is morphogenetic field. Those are the things that most people don't see in the New Age and religion. You don't see what's behind and underneath these subatomic particles. You just, are stuck in this limited point of view. There's much, much more to learn about God, a lot about the soul, about the spirit. Much, much more than what you're being taught. Machiwa. Christian Garcia, New Dimension, Earth. Some people. Remember, I mentioned that earlier. Not everyone is going into the new dimension. I love you, Multicosmos 333. Gene, right? Either Gene or Pablo. Yes, vibrating. Galactic Guardians, Noel. Christopher. Well, so you guys know my actual name is Davian. It's not Christos, but thank you. Oh, I've tried that before, Lord Nero. DMT. I've tried that, and freaking unbelievable. It was super clean. It was only like 4 or 5 minutes long. Not like something drawn out like mushroom on your salad, right? Those things draw out for hours, half the day, 6 to 8 hours. It could. And you could keep on adding more medicine as you're still experiencing it, which I do. I do it in progressively. I don't do the whole dose at once. Hey, I like to check the energies, because some of us are attacked, whether will be targeted, I mean. So we have to do things more securely, more safely sometimes. And so I noticed when I did things in increments, when I did the medicine until I felt something, then I did more until I could see visuals. And then and at the same time, I got all these symbols that Ashiana introduced to us, geomancies, these sacred symbols. I would be looking at them and have them around me on my iPad. So I can look at them and see them, resonate to that sacred energy, and then take more medicine when I feel them in a safe space. When I'm starting to see the visuals and the consciousness come through, then I feel I can check. If you take the whole dose, you can't check. It's too late. Do it progressively, homie. And realize that, okay, now I feel this. I'll take another 1,000 grams or 500 grams. Not grams. Milligrams. Sorry. 1,000 milligrams. Sorry. You know, instead of 5 grams at once. Come on. You do that. You guys are used to that. I know. I do it progressively, and I wait till I'm in that divine, sacred space. This is why I see Lyrans. This is why I can experience them. This is how you can experience them. If you take the whole dose, what the F are you doing? If you want to do 5 Gs, do it. Break that up into 3, you know. Like, for example, also don't eat the entire day. Don't eat, man. What are you doing? Eating. You want a clean energy. You want no digestion happening. You want to have an empty stomach. Take 1 G, 1,000 milligrams, or 0.75 or 0.50. That's half of a gram. Wait till you feel something. You feel absolutely nothing? Bump it up. Now do one more 500 mgs or 1 G. Now you start to feel something, but no visuals yet. Bump it up, another G or 500 milligrams. You see what I'm saying? You get a strategy based on your own body and your own tolerance for it. Then, like I suggest, what I did is, you know, these teaching, there's so many symbols that you can, I'll show you what I connected to. Why not share this information with each other, right? Because I'm only saying because you guys, I confirm that this works. It helps me reach these high-level guardians. Or you could say parts of myself that are freaking so blessed and perfect. Like we see the distortions down here. You look up, you see those up there? Man, it's absolutely, purely so extraordinary, exquisite, and perfect. You know you're dealing with divine consciousness and divine parts of yourself. Since I'm using diagrams, I'll use these glasses. This is the symbol. I'll show you some of the symbols I used next to me and put inside my energies. I always listen to Ashiana's voice before, which connects me again to the guardians. Not just because I love her, but because, and I need it. I don't need it. What I'm saying is it helps my field. It helps my energy to remember. And when I've done that before, you guys, when I've done that before, I was watching Ashiana just to hear her voice, and then it was with Carrie Cassidy. OMG, dude. She put on these diagrams. You've seen the interview, right? She put the diagrams, but this time on medicine, it became alive. It was moving, it was shifting, it was not just a black and white diagram on the screen. Not to mention, I was seeing Ashiana's fields, I was seeing Carrie's fields in a two-dimensional video on YouTube. I was seeing aura, violet. It was like violet, some type of. I believe it was the violet flame and the blue flame. I could see this pale turquoise. It was definitely not regular green. It was some pale, like the pale turquoise, 13-dimensional Elohai, and it was either the crown violet or it was the violet flame in the 15th dimension. It doesn't matter to me. It was so sacred and so unbelievable and magical. It was around the monitor. It was inside the video and around my space. It was freaking multi-dimensional. It was unbelievable experience. So. Wow, I gotta find this. I think I know where it's at. Give me just literally a few seconds. And I share this in my members area, this one symbol. It's not a perfect, clear diagram, but it's clear enough. Here's the thing that would help me, or I would say help my energy start in the right place. Not just from my own thoughts or ideas, but from the sacred geometry that we're learning in these teachings. Like I said, it's not perfectly clear, but when you look at it from a distance, it's just enough energy that I would see it come alive. I would get teachings from it. Just by looking at it, I would get teachings. Let me refresh my screen. I'm just refreshing my screen. Okay, yeah. Or something like this. Okay? No freaking Illuminati symbols, honey. The Guardian symbols and codes. Frequencies. In your medicine. While you're checking the medicine, you want to do things like this. I don't have more on this folder. I'm sorry. There's more in the PDF, but I can't show you. I don't know how to show you a PDF right now. But yeah, freaking unbelievable, and it definitely helped me in my journey. Just sharing with you guys. And there's many symbols. I gotta put them in picture format so I can share them on my OBS screen, you know, Photoshop. I mean, there must be a way to share. Yeah, let me see how I feel like I'm supposed to show this, so let me try at least. There's some red line on my monitor. That means my monitor is gonna die soon, so I hope it doesn't die soon, because these things are expensive, but let me see if I can. Oh, I have an Acrobat. Oh my gosh, I have Acrobat. Oh my, okay, that's so freaking awesome. So let me open now what I would open on my on the medicine. I need to organize it and put it in the right place, right? Oh, now I know where it's at. Okay. Thanks for your patience. It's worth it. What? Now, a lot of these things we share in the members area, you guys, but obviously you can find all this stuff for free online, and so I'm just always put that out there. And this is this is what I just mentioned, what the interview with Carrie Cassidy. Now it's showing my entire screen. I'm not trying to, but this is on PDF. She started talking about this diagram, and I would see things happen inside the diagram. It was freaking unbelievable. I gotta refresh again. What the shit? There's a little bit of separate time happening. Okay, now I know it's right. You'll see these diagrams in the interview, but this is like a close-up of it. And we share this stuff. And this is the symbol. I put this on my computer so I can see it when I'm on the medicine. I mean, these are... Are you guys seeing that red line on my screen? If you see the red line, I can't change it, but anyways. These are Ascension teachings. They're spiritual science. You're not going to get this from religion or mainstream. Okay? And by the way, these are all screenshots that you could take. Melchizedek Cloister Emerald Order teachings. This is the kind of stuff when I went in to see Ashana in Sliders 8. I was there in the audience, Sliders 8. This is the stuff that she was showing Wait. Earth is round, homie. The Guardians are showing Earth round, homie. Earth is round. Sorry, I'm not trying to do that. And we share diagrams, we share articles, we share the videos. It's out there. You find these teachings. Okay? And all I was trying to explain is I look at these symbols while I'm on the medicine, so I'm in the right space. I love you. Much respect to you and the Guardians, the Guardian Alliance, all those who are awakening in this 2023. This is all you. Earth is round. What's up? What's up? Dude, I will get flat earthers making comments in my regular videos that aren't about flat earth. So I make that freaking, you, what's up? What's up? You can believe whatever you want, homie. The higher evolution is saying something completely different. I thank you guys for being with me, sharing space with me. Much respect to you and your journeys. And if you guys ever want to need help finding something, ask me, ask Starman, ask Indigo. Go into our chat. We have a server on a Christos Avatar server on Discord, and it's for you, anyone who's a member. Come and join the community. Come and talk with each other. Come and share information. Okay? And there's other people, not just Ashiana. There's someone called Lisa Renee. She's got a whole website and her own teachings, but she was once a student of Ashiana. Just like I'm a student of Ashiana. We grow on our own merits. We bring our own contribution. I didn't make this diagrams and stuff. I mean, I make my own diagrams. What I'm saying is, I'm not speaker one, but I am contributing. You contribute. All of us Starseeds are bringing in our piece. Starseeds, Indigo Children, drop codes. We drop codes, and your code was needed. If you're asleep, it's an injustice, a disservice, because you're not realizing your soul's mission. Literally, your soul, higher evolved soul, has a mission. You knew what it was before you forgot. Because you came in to birth, you birthed in. Even in the womb, you're still aware. But as soon as you're born, hello, you lose a big chunk of that awareness and memory. But you can regain it. That's what these teachings do. They help you reclaim and regain. C.H. Dante, flat earth is old belief. Just like the sun circling around earth. You said it, Holy One. But you can't tell this to the flat earthers. They got all kinds of conspiracy theories about it. So, but we try. And I only made one video, and that's the only video I'm going to make about flat earth. I made one short video. And that was just basically mostly about this star trails. But people can say their shit, and they do. And that actually exploded. It's like 100,000 views on my Instagram channel. If you guys go to Instagram, and there was 1,000 comments plus, still growing. 1,000. Most of my videos have like 100 comments, but this one had 1,000 comments and most of those negative shit. It's like a frantic consciousness. It's an angry consciousness. You hear them speak. You see what they write in social media. These whether they believe flat Earth or round Earth, they are speaking and spewing negative vibrations. Whatever your truth is, if that truth is includes fear, guilt, shame, judgment, all this shit, well, what are you really representing? What the Guardians call chaos, okay? Which is actually against God, against the Christos, against Christ, Machua. It's something that we all have to know within ourselves, okay? You will find the truth within yourself. You don't need a church or a synagogue or a priest or a rabbi or the Pope or any middleman or person or middle woman, God, goddess. You find it within. And the people who are religious, who are flat earthers, that triggers them. They can't stand someone saying you don't need a Messiah. That is sacrilegious. That is blasphemy. And all of their negative, dark shit comes out. What does that say? All they do is confirm. All they're doing is confirming exactly what their consciousness really is. They expose themselves. Hey, we love them and we are sending healing into the world. We're sending truth into the world. Not as dogma. You choose with your own free will whether you resonate with these teachings or not. Hey, you guys, maybe some of you are here and there's some of what I say is truth. And the rest of it you think is all BS. Hello. Much respect for that part that you resonate with. Okay? We're not telling you have to believe this and that and that. You don't need to believe anyone or any teaching. You can make up your own belief in teaching if you wanted to. Much you up. We're not condoning those teachings. What we're saying is they're allowed. Creator has allowed free will. Creator allows people, individuals, or parts of itself to choose otherwise, to choose a false creed. You have freedom. You thinking right. Is someone else controlling your thinking? Is someone else controlling your actions? You have free will, and you're using it every single day. So at the end of your life, you can't point the finger at no one else. You can't say that person's at fault, or it's because of my circumstances, or because of whatever. It's all based on your thoughts. Your life, your circumstances, your experiences are a direct reflection of what you're projecting into the hologram, what you're sending and presenting to this collective experience. It's no one else, honey. Maybe you did have some horrible parents, or you're brought up in a bad way. Well, you're still an ancient soul that came here from these higher evolved worlds and had this experience. Your soul chose this experience. Excuse me on my nose. So no one else is to blame, and there is no one else. There's only one self. There's only the one having the illusion, or down here, the perception of an individual. So we learned that it's the higher you go, the more that you realize you're a collective, you're a people, you're a race, you're God. Machiwa. And once you see that, man, your world just completely revolutionizes, man. It's so unbelievable, because these teachings have answered all of my huge questions. All the questions I had about God, about the world, about the reality, all my questions were answered through the innerchristos law of one teachings. There is nothing else on the planet that is being prescribed by the Guardians. The Guardians are not saying any, some religion is, there's half-truths and there's the original intention of God. So, damn, I don't know why my nose keeps doing this. But we all find the teachings and the realizations within ourselves, and it's kind of hard to do that without meditation. Without breath work. Right? Without reflecting on your life and what you've been doing and speaking and thinking. Without making changes in those thinking and doing. without making changes in your distorted body and diet, without making changes in your conversations and your friendships, your relationships. Maybe you got lucky and you have a blessed partner. That's awesome. Maybe you're both indigos. Maybe you're twin flames, you think, But according to some of the teachings, some of the indigo children can be in the same time vector as their twin flames. And actually it's stated that at the end of an earth seed, at the last life, because remember, each life is another piece of your soul until you get the full soul. At the last life, at the completed version of all the lives, an earth seed can also live with their twin flame. And don't forget, there's another part of yourself called the parallel self. And don't forget, there's multidimensional extraterrestrial parts of yourselves in many different time, space, timelines, time vectors. Time is an illusion, but within the structures of the 15-dimensional time matrix, within those structures, there's the illusion of time. There's the experience, what Creator wanted to experience, so-called time. Creator wanted this. Creator is the one who made it this way. Creator polarized the holograms intentionally, with intelligence, with a purpose. This is like a simulation for the soul, a simulation for God's Spirit to have many different experiences at once, at one minute. You're at one minute with Source God. And that sounds like a New Age term to say Source God, but it's just simply our way of saying and knowing and understanding that God is the source of everything. God's the source of all the projections of all living beings and their individual experiences. There is no individual. It's all at one minute. Notice that word, at one minute, is spelled the same way as atonement. Okay? It's not the meaning of atonement. It's the real secret of that word is at one minute with God, unified God being in all, everywhere, omnipresent. Not some places, every places. Okay? And I try to make it clear that only in these hologram fields called 15-dimensional time matrices, only in the time matrices is it possible to find distortion, because that's where you get free will, where you have the free will to make where God has made it available to itself, because God's not a boy or a girl, it's an it. God, it made itself available to do that, to experience that. God apparently wanted to experience this. Now, of course, in the higher unified fields, there is no distortion. That's the perfect original version of God. You can consider these all different versions of God, but at the end of the day, you realize there's nothing evil, there's nothing good, there's nothing wrong or right. And we're not saying murder and killing babies is good or okay. We're not condoning it. We chose light with our free will. We chose the original, pure, divine, blessed part. We resonate with that. We want to live that way. We want to be surrounded by that. We have that choice. We choose that. We choose to live our life in blessedness and purity and safety and protection and joy and bliss. Some parts of God wants to, apparently, consciously, unconsciously, because remember, in the hologram, you can lose your memory. In the hologram, you can experience what Ashiana has taught. She's made lectures about DNA convolution. That's what the original beings experienced way up there in the higher evolution. What were literally 11th dimensional beings. The reptilians are 10th dimensional beings. Well, these beings chose with their free will they started to experience this DNA convolution because of incest. It's like incest, where you're keeping your DNA, because that's what elitists do. They keep it only within their family, within their bloodline. When you keep just doing that over and over and over, you're going to get distortions, and that's exactly what happened to the holy, once holy, on you. Remember that name, Anu, Anyu. Online, it's spelled A-N-N-U. People call it Anu. It's actually, if you want to be accurate, it's Anu. And it was the Anu who fell because of DNA code convolution and making their choices to go against the Christos race, which were the highest council. The blue flame are the highest council in the hologram. Not of authority and rulership, of consciousness, of spirit. They went against the Christos. They went against, that's why they're called anti-Christos. And so they DNA convoluted, and now they became these, and they started choosing anti-Christic false creeds, and they're the ones who created them. Part of God experienced this shadow, phantom, because because literally the physics within the hologram made it's a possibility. Not outside in the perfect, divine, undistorted version, a higher evolved world. There is no darkness in the higher parts of God. Only in the lower parts of God will you find shadow. That's why there is no right or wrong or good or evil. But once again, I have to say at the end of that sentence that we don't condone that darkness. We're not going to partake in it. We don't choose that. We don't want that for ourselves or our loved ones, our children. We want to be in the blessed light. We choose light. Others choose something else and have a totally different experience. But there also means that that's our family attacking us. We're being attacked by our own cousins and relatives. The Anu are like a brother-sister race of the Anuhazi. We're the Anuhazi line. They're the Anu line. So the Anu became dark and became against the Christos. That's where the word anti-Christos comes from, literally. They attacked our planet. They destroyed SG-12 on planet Armentana, which caused... I hate to bring it up. I mean, I don't want to really say it, but this is what is called the original sin. Okay? Which was taken down into a distorted concept here on Earth in religion. The original sin was that happened to Stargate 12, which what happens when you destroy a universal Stargate? What are the Stargates based off? DNA is based off of these Stargates. So if you have a 12-dimensional DNA template and the 12th one is gone now, suddenly it's gone. Well, hello. Now, not only are you cut off from source God, not source God, but when you're literally cut off, your DNA is now distorted. Now it's possible for distorted consciousness because of this horrific original sin. And if you read Voyagers 1 or Voyagers 2, it talks about the original sin, and that's the story. I think I have this article on my website in my own words, in my own pictures, The original sin is that the Anu became the Anu Elohim and fell and did this horrible thing, which actually caused most of the race to fall into a black hole system called the Phantom Matrix. So we have the Phantom Matrix where most of these fallen angels and demons are coming out of. But they made that choice. Literally, this incident happened 250 billion years ago. That was way before humans were created. Humans were literally created only 560 million years ago. So this didn't even involve us. But these dark avatars from the 11th dimension, which is super far in the future to us, they are the ones who came to our planet, just how indigo children come here through DNA process and fetal integration process. Well, the dark ones did the same shit. That's what the Illuminati are. That's them making bodies down here so they can live amongst us. So they're actually, it's dark avatars ruling us. It's extraterrestrial, multidimensional, spiritual beings in human, partial human form down here. That's why there's conspiracy theories about them being reptilian or Anunnaki or whatever. That's what the Nephilim were. They were part Egyptian, human, part alien, Anunnaki. Then there's dragons, right? And called Dracons. The Dracons created a hybrid too down here. So their souls can come down to the lower version down here on Earth, which is called a Dracos. And actually, these are two different gangsters, man. Two different fallen angels. Okay? Who are competing with each other over dominion and control. Republican, Democrat, Anunnaki, reptilian. There's two opposing forces, man. According to Oceana's most recent information, it's the dragons who are actually kicking out and becoming the main power here. So, but mostly this video is about looking and finding this inner spark, God spark within you, what the Guardians call the inner Christ, the inner Christos. Everything you need is within you guys. And this history can be found inside yourself, but it's in the teachings. You can find it out there. It's out there in Voyagers. It's in other workshops. I'm going to be teaching it and bringing it out too, in my own words. And so, in getting a fresh 2023 presentation, because most of her presentations are old video format small square videos. Some of the audio is horrible. You know what I'm saying? So I'm bringing it in this up-to-date color, widescreen, full explanation and presentation. But the teachings are there. Go watch the teacher, the master, if you want to. Or watch both of us. Watch some of my work, some of her work, some of Oceana. I meant to say Lisa Renee, and other people. Now, when we get a false teacher as false speaker, we're going to say something about it. Some people claim to be speaking the Christos teachings, but they're not. Realize that part of what the bad guys, dark do, is they pretend to be light. Religion is dark beings pretending to be light. It's an angry, vengeful, hateful God, creator, pretending to be light. You have discernment. The spiritual awakening is about discernment. You awakening is what? You having discernment and checking that, whoa, that's not love, that's not light, that's not what I feel and resonate as truth. So we're going through that, you guys. SG6 is going to be closing. I told you the year. And the consciousness would be not so much enlightened as it is now. So this is a diminishing thing. So that's why it's imperative that we do this, take advantage of the Stargate opening cycle, Stargate closing cycle now. We take advantage of this consciousness flowing, because this is where you could make the most extraordinary changes. You're not just limited in these teachings with 3 dimensions, or 4, or 5, or 6. We're learning how to bring in 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strands, 12 levels. The inner Christos brings you 12 higher evolved levels of consciousness into the earth. Maybe not fully opened, but you're bringing in a stream of it, however much your journey has made changes in your DNA. These teachings help you to have access to your DNA, to make changes in them. Remember, spiritual ascension includes the body. You don't make no DNA changes, you're not making ascension changes either. I mean, spiritual changes. You're not going to make it. It's not about guilt and sin, but it is about your energy and your consciousness and your DNA. The New Age won't tell you that. Maybe they'll tell you some reverse mechanics of the Merkaba, but they're not teaching you the true Merkaba. You're not getting it, homie. Homie. I'm going to say homie. So, but a lot of you are getting it. It's an honor to have you guys on this team, in this community. I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you, Indigo Wizard, for being here. Thank you, Starman, for being here. And if any of you guys have been helped by this information and these videos, please consider donating to Christos Avatar, your brother Thavian, asking you for your assistance. If you could please donate even the $5, I thank you in advance for the small gift of $5 or whatever you feel called. Whatever you feel called, please consider donating so we can reach more people. And that the only reason why I'm able to get a green screen and have more teaching tools is because of your help and assistance. That's where the donations go to enable this to be a bigger and better community, to reach more and more people. And so I'm truly grateful for all of those of you who are members. You guys see the people with the green name, and that's the people who are members. It looks like we have a few in tonight. Mr. Activist is a member. There we go. Mr. Activist says the movie The Time Machine is a metaphor for Merkaba. Thank you for sharing that. I love that movie. I like the new one too. The new one is, you guys want to watch The Time Machine, check it out. This guy loses his wife to death. He wants to figure out how to fix that. But then he uses his time machine and he tries to fix it, but she still dies. But then he goes way, 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 way into the future. It's a cool movie. Check it out. Yeah, everyone is doing beautiful work. You said it, Indigo. We only have one member online? I only see Mr. Activist. Oh, here we got Beto. Beto! Peace is the only way. You said it, Beto. Yeah, we usually have more members online, but you guys can consider also becoming a member. That's another way to support Christos Avatar. Or check out my link below to my Etsy shop where I sell crystals and artwork. Mostly the artwork is like starseeds and fantasy landscapes, and I haven't been doing a lot of that this month, but that's always going to be part of what I'll be adding to. So thank you for that, you guys. And thank you and I don't see Starman unless he was here earlier. I'm scrolling all the way up to the top as far as it will let me. It doesn't take me to the beginning of the live, but thank you, Starman. Oh, there he is. Starman's in the house. Sorry, Starman, about the local. Indigo Wizard. Yeah, what's up? And I'll do a question. Something to do with related to the title of the video, like awakening. Do you guys feel like you're going through a spiritual change in your body? And let me do that. I'll do a live. What you call a poll. Start a poll. Are you feeling changes in your body? Oh. What the hell? It's not letting me change the... What the shit? Start a poll. What the shit? It's not letting me change it, you guys. Oh, I put my mouse in the wrong place. Duh. Okay. Are you experiencing... You could call what people call ascension symptoms. Are you experiencing changes? And I do mean spiritual changes. I just can't fit all these words in one line. Are you experiencing changes in your body and consciousness? Yes or no? And I'll put another one saying a little bit. A little bit. There we go. And write in the comments in the chat too, you guys. That always helps the channel when you do that. And I really appreciate you guys so much. 100% say yes so far. I really appreciate you guys so much for being here on these lives. I do it twice a week now. But you're an important part of this. And all of your comments that you're leaving are important for other people to also read and learn from. Other people visiting this channel will learn from what you're saying. That's what I'm trying to say. You're participating in chat. You're also part of this energy, and I thank you guys for that. And not everyone is high vibe, like I said, but some people are still struggling with certain distortions on our planet, such as these teachings. But we're, for the most part, a very enlightened group, and we desire. Our desire is to become masters in our energy, in our consciousness. You know, we want to be the best version of ourselves down here. And we do that through developing your multidimensional anatomy. And you can bring in those, you can start to see paranormal, supernatural things. Maybe you don't want to. But you can start to bring that in. So, I mean, I could get lit, but some people are opposed to that. And I don't have to do it every live. The option is there. Because I did teach from sober point of view. And what I do is, and it's been very calm. Like, I haven't been shouting or anything. I'm getting better at that. And I've mentioned that in my other lives, that you guys, thank you for your patience with me. And because I am becoming better. We're all becoming better versions of ourselves. That's why I say thank you for having patience with me as I become my better version. And I plan on, I see myself as doing incredible things in the future. Like, I believe I'll be super athletic and super aerobic. Like, I'll be able to do flips. I'll be able to do incredible dancing at my drum circles. I will be able to be, like, turned on at a much higher level than I am now. Like, I see that. I imagine that. I sense that. Like, in my dreams, in my visions, I know there's a greater version still coming. And all of you have your greater version still. You know, this is a progressive thing. You bring in more and more and more. You don't want to fall. You don't want to lose those, you know, developments in yourself. Because maybe you're going to have some terrible thing in your life, and then now you're going to start becoming enclosed. You know, that can happen. And I just want to know that we get challenged, you guys. Being a priest, being a starseed, being an indigo, you're going to have most likely challenges. It's not going to be a breeze. That's why I always say that you guys are brave by making these changes. We're the beacons of light. And believe it or not, your healing is going to be much needed with the people around you. You're going to find yourselves in conversations, and suddenly it's going to come over you that you're meant to help this person with your light. That you can share with them this light. You can share the healing, the code, the consciousness, the perceptions of what it is to be these higher evolved consciousness of the human race. All humans have this potential. All humans have 12 strands in their junk. And that's literally what we're doing. As you feel yourself become more psychic, more awareness, that is DNA activating. You see how the body and spirit are connected? Machiwa. Yes, thank you all. Indigo said it. For defending truth and spreading wisdom. And we don't be defensive, and maybe sometimes I appear as defensive. I'm simply, like I said, you know, one day my entire video will be calm. That's my goal. Where I'm not like shouting or, you know, I am human, still developing into my angelic human. And a lot of us have these incredible, like, even if it's just for a few seconds, a lot of us will see these giant visions and understandings. Guys, when you have that is confirmation. It's in your DNA. It's in you. When you have these bursts of knowing, it's in you. It didn't come to you and go out somewhere. The medicine didn't just bring it and then it left you. It's in you. You have that brilliance now, but it's not like 24/7. Well, the goal is to make it 24/7. We talk about going through a spiritual ascension where you take your body with you, but you're also going to experience not having to sleep, not needing to eat, not being able to do like magical shit, like teleport, walk through a portal somewhere on Earth, because it's possible in your DNA, possible to go through a Stargate. We will be doing miracles, man, like Joshua did in 2,000 years ago. It's potential of all humans because the DNA is in all humans. All humans have this potential. Earth seeds, star seeds alike. It's not ego. Okay? It's not some demon. Because religion will demonize people with abilities, with psychic perceptions. They think it's evil and wrong. It's not, Holy One. That is a sign of evolution. A person with psychic abilities is a sign that they are evolving beyond the normal baseline human. You see what I'm saying? But all humans, starseed or not, have 12 strands of consciousness available to them, which is a master avatar. Okay, we have incarnates, then we have souls, we have oversouls, and then avatars. Or you could say the soul would be angel level, and then the oversoul is archangel level, and then finally the avatar level. But we're even more. Okay, we're not done. You're also what's called a rishi. And you're actually, all of us are rishi, but we're also all of us ascended masters. That's our true identity. All ascended masters are outside the holograms. It's them who come into the holograms. So you're actually in the Kundalini. Okay? Everyone here, all bugs, animals, rocks, everything is an ascended master in the Kundalini. Right now, you're an ascended master. Let me just show that real quick. Okay, we're all somewhere in many places at once in the hologram, but we're all actually in the Kundalini right now. You're an ascended master in the cosmic fields who projected a part of itself here in the hologram. Yeah, we're a human. We're also an angel. We're also an archangel, an avatar, and a rishi. But our true identity is, the true fact of the matter is, you're actually in the cosmos having all of these projected experiences in the hologram. You're experiencing matter. You're experiencing all of these alien races, all these extraterrestrials, metaterrestrials, and ultraterrestrials. You're actually an ultraterrestrial having a multi-dimensional metaterrestrial and extraterrestrial experience. And when you want to include everything, all of these races, you're all God. You're all the one. We're all unity consciousness. Voila. Machiwa. Holy, much respect to all of you guys. Sorry, those windows. I'm going to be finishing up right now, you guys. But I thank you guys for being here. And that was weird. This is one of the few lives we didn't have any donations at all. But but that's okay. It just takes longer to do what we need to do. We are ultra-terrestrials. You said it, Mr. Activist. Thank you guys for being here on my live. Thank you for holding space in the shield. That's what we are. We're the guardians who come and resonate with these teachings. And we come together in a live like this. We come together and represent this information. We come together and speak it, we talk it, and we live it. We're not posers. We're not someone who's fake light. We're the real light. We're the ones who bring in these, not dogma, but emancipation. We're bringing freedom to humans. We're bringing the keys to the kingdom. The keys to unlock your higher evolution, your higher DNA, your higher Merkaba fields. You're not just one Merkaba field, you're many Merkaba fields inside other fields. So thank you for sharing this celebration. Thank you for sharing this joy with me, this love, unconditional love. That is the true message of God. That is what guardians are. That's what indigos are. Peace to all of you. I will be doing my next live on Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I hope to see you on the flip-flop video. Check out my new videos coming out. These are all now mostly going to be hardcore, you would say, Templar mechanics, Templar teachings. Thank you, Holy One. Much respect. Thank you so much, Simon. I love you. Boss. It says boss. Yes! We did it! Makaya Masuta Sa. Only because I'm a little bit hungry. Because I didn't eat today, you know. If you guys ever feel that and you want to continue to not eat, drink water. Another tip, a real quick tip, have lemon in your life. One of the highest alkaline things you can have in your water, in your teas, in your food. Lemon is a huge factor. And I want to say something about garlic. Garlic is not a good thing for you. But when you need to heal something, during that period of healing, and only in the period of healing, is garlic good. It will help you with the application of healing, but not in your everyday cooking. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just simply telling you from an energy consciousness point of view, garlic is actually very destructive if you're not using it for certain things that it heals. Yes, there's healing properties for it, but it also has destructive properties. Much respect. Noel, do I say it right? Noelle? I don't. That's a unique word name. It's either Noelle, Noel. Thank you, Holy One. Much respect. Much respect to you. Thank you so much. April D in the house. What's up, sister? I love you guys. Thank you so much. I do this full time. Literally full. Well, what sometimes I watch a little bit of some show or some while I'm eating my food, but then I go back to work, you know. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of work to make a video almost every day. I didn't make one today except for tonight's video, but I do this for you guys. So thank you so much for the help, because it's because of you guys and your help how I can continue doing this. Without your help, I can't continue doing this. So thank you so much, Star Brothers and Star Sisters. Much respect to you and your journey. And there's so much more to learn about this information. There's so much to it. There's so much to learn. And when you start studying it, it's going to answer your own questions. You know, inside, you will have the tool set to answer your own questions. I'm so grateful for these teachings and that I'm able to, and I'm always being, you know, gratitude is always important to have in your energy, in your awareness, to have gratitude in your field. It's very valuable. And so is joy, by the way. Joy is very valuable. And I'm glad to see all your friendly faces. And you guys are Magi Kings. You are Priest Kings. You are people of great strength and power. We're a blessing. We're a gift for all humanity in the earth. Sorry, I have this lemon stuck in my... It bothers me when it's stuck in my teeth, so... But we're not saying we're better. We're not the chosen ones. That's a bunch of New Age bullshit. It's not coming from a space of ego, which is the third chakra. This is coming from a space of love and a space of... it's not bad to say spirituality or spiritual awakening makes you powerful. Okay? It does make you powerful. It does bring in memory. It brings in energies, and it brings in higher divine aspects of yourself. It's powerful. The innerchristos, whatever you want to call it, you can call it Tantra Ahura, you can call it Emerald Covenant, Melchizedek Cloister, Emerald Order teachings, or freedom teachings. If you guys don't realize it, because I've been attacked saying they're not called the freedom teachings anymore, go to Google, type Ashiana Dean if you want to, or just Ashiana website. Look at the first listing. I swear we got snobs amongst us. We got spiritual snobs. Go to Google. Put Ashiana, Ashyana, website. Push enter. Now look at the first thing that comes up. Arias Productions, Yasha. What does it say? It says official website of Yasha Ashiana Kalantic Science, materials available for purchase. She charges money, because I get attacked for that too. Freedom teachings! Ashiana Speaker 1 says it herself right there. Just saying. She calls it herself freedom teachings. Still on the Tantra Ahura website. Why do you guys even have to talk shit like that? Right? What's up with you? Alright, you guys. We will get lit on the next live. How's that? I hope you guys have a blessed evening. And I hope you lucid dream. I hope you're breaking out the Voyagers and the Cathara and learning some advanced Templar. Peace to you. Blessings to you and the shield. And we're going to only get better. Even if the world gets worse, we're going to get better. What's up, homie? Become a master of consciousness, become a master of energy, and keep representing this true light. I love you. Peace. Namaste. Machua. Yes. Hakaye. Freedom teachings, baby. Because they emancipate you. They're gonna keys to the kingdom, battles. Makuas.